She intentionally fell in front of everyone, making a scene to quickly become the center of attention. Sure enough, the wealthy man saw it and rushed over to help her up. After her fall, one of her heels broke, and he kindly broke the other one off as well. Surprisingly, her little act worked better than expected, allowing her to strike up a conversation with the rich man. Her best friend, witnessing this, was in awe and quickly took photos to commemorate the moment. Although the wealthy man was known to be a notorious bachelor, he seemed surprisingly down to earth, introducing the woman and her friend to his companions and inviting them to drink and dine with the rich crowd. This made the woman realize that not all wealthy people were aloof. They had a relatable side too. But soon, the party came to an end, and the rich man stood up to say goodbye at his friend's urging. This left the woman and her friend feeling disappointed. If only they had more time, they might have been able to win him over. Just then, the rich man hurried back, asking if they wanted to join him on a trip. He had just bought a private island, a perfect vacation spot. The woman and her friend eagerly accepted and boarded the wealthy man's private jet, unaware that they would never return. They soon arrived at the island, traveling by car to a charming retro villa surrounded by lush greenery. However, the first thing they had to do upon entering the island was hand over their phones. Initially resistant, the women relented when they saw that everyone else was complying, feeling awkward about being the odd ones out. The group quickly settled into their luxurious vacation.
Everybody say, making memories! Making memories!
Each receiving a spacious 500 square foot room. The woman was thrilled. She had never experienced such treatment. After a shower, the wealthy man thoughtfully provided each woman with a matching outfit, which felt a bit odd to her friend, but the woman assumed it was just the taste of the rich. During the day, they lounged by the pool, enjoying fine wine and sunbathing. The wealthy man paid special attention to the woman, taking her on a tour of the island's beautiful sights, which pleasantly surprised her. However, she couldn't shake the feeling that the island's staff had an unsettling air, often wearing strange smiles when they looked at her. That evening, the rich man hosted a candlelit dinner featuring exquisite dishes that they rarely encountered. Laughter and conversation flowed freely among the guests until one man suddenly stood up, revealing a small vial and declaring it the highlight of the evening. He placed it on the table and asked who would be the first to try it. Without hesitation, the woman reached for the vial, thinking it would impress the wealthy man. He took the substance and dropped it into her mouth. 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops. Encouraged by her, everyone followed suit, soon feeling euphoric. Later that night, the woman sensed something was off. Her white dress, which had been stained with ketchup during dinner, suddenly looked pristine, as if someone had replaced it without her knowing. Although puzzled, she brushed it off. Each day blended into a routine of bathing, drinking, and sunbathing, followed by a nightly dose of the mysterious blue potion that fueled their wild nightlife. The woman was thoroughly enjoying herself, completely unaware that she had become a lamb to the slaughter. One night, during a lively party, screams pierced the air. Her friend rushed out, shouting that something had bitten her. Everyone jumped back in shock. It was a venomous snake. The wealthy man dashed out and smashed the snake with a wine bottle. Despite the bite, he assured her friend she would be fine. However, her friend remained anxious, wanting to call for help since there was no hospital on the island. The woman, under the spell of the rich man's words, insisted they were lucky to be there and didn't want to leave. After some convincing, they dismissed her friend's worries. As they took photos together, her friend suddenly seemed off. The next day, the woman woke up as usual, showered, and wandered around the island. She stumbled upon a red house and entered without hesitation. Inside was odd. It was filled with gift boxes. When she opened the innermost door, she found an elderly maid who handed her a bottle of green herbal liquor. Thinking it was a kind gesture, the woman drank a sip, only to realize it was incredibly spicy, almost impossible to swallow. She panicked, suspecting it was made from snake venom, and bolted outside. That night, she had a nightmare of being chased, and it seemed everyone else was experiencing something unsettling too. Some had strange marks on their foreheads, others had messy hair, and some were bruised. Even stranger, it felt like one person was missing, but no one could pinpoint who it was. When she noticed the 3 people sitting beside her seemed dazed, she realized her friend was gone. But when she mentioned her friend's name,
"You don't look so good, what's wrong?"
Yeah, what's wrong?
they looked at her as if she were crazy, claiming they'd never heard of her. Confused, the woman rushed back to her room, convinced her friend was staying next door. But when she opened the door, it was filled with clutter, as if no one had lived there for ages. Was her friend just a figment of her imagination? She smacked her head, trying to clear her thoughts. At that moment, reality TV star Anna knocked on the door. Holding a lighter she found on the ground, it had her friend's name on it. Since her friend liked to smoke, she always carried it, proving her friend's existence. But why didn't anyone else know about her? As they delved deeper into their conversation, they discovered they weren't friends of the wealthy man either. They had only met him that day. The other 2 women were in the same boat. Looking at the strange wounds on their bodies, they concluded something shocking. Beneath the surface of this seemingly perfect getaway lay a dark conspiracy. The wealthy man was covertly controlling them. All the women on the island had become his playthings. The woman took Anna to the red house, realizing that her memory of her friend must have been sparked by drinking the elder's snake venom liquor. The venom had the power to awaken their minds, helping them recall lost memories. Without hesitation, Anna took a sip to help other women break free from the wealthy man's grasp. The 2 naive women drank from the bottle, unaware it was snake venom. Moments later, blood began to drip from their noses. Fragmented memories flooded back. They remembered the nights of being enslaved by the wealthy man and his friends, subjected to depraved games and cruel treatment.
She really won't remember any of this.
With her friend being brutally murdered. Afterward, they were given unknown potions to erase all painful memories. But soon, it was time for dinner again, signaling that the hunt was about to begin.